All right, I am skipping the usual 5-minute intro. No point. I'm just gonna jump in and start coding. I only got an hour. Yay! Didn't actually get my music working. Let's make sure that's on the right output, and it's not. Never is. All right, either way, I'm going to launch this. So earlier today, I'd been working on a bunch of animation code, and I got a lot of the stuff working for animation inside of Comet, which is really exciting to get a proper animation API that actually works. And I was showing up to John, and we started talking about some new things I need to add, and I started on them, but I had time to code, and I'm going to keep going, so I figured I'd start working on them. So what I was thinking about. Oh, come on. Of course that happened. Let me, in a hurry, didn't check stuff. Let me see if I can fix my Elgato. No, you want to. It's thinking, make all my screens flash. This is just my luck. Just my luck. Normally doing that fixes it. If not, let me pull the S thing up here and try it from here. Hey, that looks like it's not going. Just toying with me. Why technical difficulties when I don't have time? Let me switch to something else. Like my webcam. We're going to switch to that. All right, my it died. It died. I'm back. Oh, I don't have chat up. Can you hear me okay? My yeah, the green stripes are great. It was actually OBS. OBS caused that, it looks like. OBS crashed and now it worked. Let me bring my chat up so I can actually see what's going on. Like I said, last minute, wasn't ready for this, but why not? I want to get it done. Chat. Getting my chat window in front of me. Almost ready. That one. All right, now we're ready. Let's start coding. Let's build something cool. My screen's visible, just making sure my streaming one does not take up all of my bandwidth. Perfect, set nice and low. We're good. All right, so I was working on the animation stuff. All of this I'm not 100% sold on. I think I'm going to keep most of it. But what I do like is let's look at the animation sample. It's really simple. You can just be like, hey, view.animate, duration, action. We're going to change the text color to blue. I can change any property I want in here. That's the exciting part. Anything. And by changing anything, anything should animate. It even worked in the Skia stuff, which was really exciting. Well, Skia text. Skia button wasn't built properly, so it doesn't really listen to any update. So even if you would have changed the text, it still wouldn't update. That's just, I'm not finished with it yet. And we're going to rework that stuff anyway. But one of the things that we're talking about, I was talking to John, I'm like, hey, let's work on this thing. It's pretty cool. I like it. And we're like, well, we need to make sure that we make it to where they can loop, right? I'm like, yeah, even cooler. What if we let it go reverse and um is my I can't hear myself, which I normally can. Ah, there we go. Now I can hear myself talk, and I don't yell. It's very good. Got my music going, turn that down. All right, so we want to be able to say, let's go in here repeats. Repeats is partially done, right? But we'll play auto reverses. This is going to be cool, and I'll show you why. Equals false, and now let's pass that in. Okay, Let's build it. The idea behind it is, I'm like, okay, so we have this thing to where we animate from orange to blue, right? Well, if we loop this thing, a standard loop would be instantly to switch back to orange because you start over and go again. Well, and a lot of times that's kind of ugly, right? I don't like it. So let's do repeats true, which repeats hasn't been built yet. Auto reverses true. So now this thing's going to be on an infinite loop where it'll just go from orange to blue, back and forth. Yeah, orange, blue, blue, orange. All right, I like it. Now let's finish making it work. So what I was doing was creating a new thing to where I take an animation and I say create auto reversing. I could have done it via an extension. Maybe I should, but I have it on the class right now. So what this will do is I'm making it to where if there's children animations, because we're going to have that concept, let's to list, so it'll make a copy of it and then reverse. Although we don't, I guess we need to do var first children equals this. Actually, that reverse should return itself. That's a link one? Dang it, can't fix that. All right. There we go. Now I can put this right here. All right, now we're going to create a new animation. So I create the reversed one, right? We switch the start and the end and the end and the start delay, which I haven't built yet. Wait, did I? I may have made that work. Start delay is just going to be the original start delay plus the duration of the original one. So now it's just twice as long. Now I know the duration is the start plus reverse dot duration, right? Now, children animations equals, we'll do equals this and reversed. Now it's going to create a new animation which has two children. And I just added support for children stuff. I think it works. I haven't looked closely into it yet. But if we look, it says, hey, if there's any children, we're going to check that all of them, it's going to first update and then return if it's finished. And at that point, it's hey, this whole thing is finished. We're going to need to do reversing stuff, but let's start, a loop. We have no way of looping it yet. We'll get to that next. Let's make sure reversing works first. I need to dig into what happened to our thread helper. All right, so let's get that up here. Just had to reboot my machine. I've got the new Mac and it freaks out now whenever I've been working on it in clamshell or laptop mode and then plug it back into my displays. It freaks out most of the time. All right, so animation sample should go from orange to blue. Ah, it didn't work. It didn't work. Wait, no, didn't work. All right, that's okay. All right, so let's look and see what's going on here. All right, if has finished, I love my highs. All right, I also want to check into the children what's going on. So update percent. Oh, we're not doing this right with the percents. Right, I need to pass the ticks in, not update percents. So I need to do, this is going to be wrong. We also need to do, all right, easy enough. We will move this down to here. And now we're going to tick this thing like this, because they both need to do their own calculation. All right, so now start time is going to be start time minus start delay. If start is less than 0, continue. No, we just don't need to do anything. Turn. All right, and I'm going to put a breakpoint here because we should hit that on the second one. And I may clean this thing up some. I don't know. Let's check it out. Like, do we even need this as its own thing? Maybe we'll just put that in there. All right, so now we can do, let's try again. No, that's the Skia one. Look, that's so pretty though. That Skia changes. I want to look at animated sample. Oh, why aren't we getting anything returning? Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't hook any of that stuff up, guys. Animation extension. We built it, but then didn't do anything. All right. So now what we'll do is if if auto reverses animation equals animation dot create auto reversing. Let's hook the thing up. Kills me sometimes. All right, I don't think I need those animation breakpoints now because they should fire. Oh, I don't have them. All right, so now let's go to animation sample. We'll go to blue and then it should just continue on. Nope. All right, we're gonna put one here, put one here, put one here. We should get this one firing. All right, so let's click animation sample. All right, so we have children. We have 2 of them. The first one has a start delay of 0 and duration of 3. The other one has a start delay of 3 and a duration of 3. So now we should. Why did that not call update again? Doing all. All right. That should, saying do get all, it should say if all of them are true. Let's put a breakpoint here and see. That's very odd. I might have to do this manually instead of using link. I love link. It works. All right, so there's the first tick. It's there. This one is coming from the elapsed callback. All right, well, and we're probably gonna have to do something to where we queue these updates so we don't have a bunch of them that are firing that shouldn't be. If there's still one running, we'll deal with that later. All right, well, that's not going to work. We'll say this equals true. Now we'll do for each var animation in children animation. We'll say animation dot tick seconds since last update. If animation dot has finished. Now we'll say if it has not finished. Has finished equals false. Actually, we can just do that there. We don't even need this or this. No, I need to make sure, never mind. Equals true. Has finished equals false. Now has finished equals has finished. Now we should actually see these things fire. Okay, my music just got really slow. Not cool. All right, let's build some more animation stuff. Super fun. All right, so that's now ticking those child animations. Yes, it's now, I don't know why the link wasn't doing it. All right, so let's stop and start this. And hopefully we'll go animation sample. We'll go orange to blue and then straight back to orange. Come on! Well, obviously it was working with the other stuff. It just didn't, I don't know. Maybe my math is wrong on that. Let's, all right. Actually, let's console.writeline this stuff. It needs done. All right. Let's stop this because this can't hot reload and it's trying. All right, so we will say second since last update. After that, we will say start delay. Actually, we will do start. Okay, and that is start delay equals current time minus that. That's what it'll print. Then we don't need breakpoints. Putting breakpoints in animations is very tough because it messes up everything, especially when this thing keeps firing and updating and yeah. All right, so let's do this again. Woo, it's going crazy. Why, hello. Welcome. All right, so what was our first one? I want to just look at these outputs really quick. So second since last update, that one actually doesn't matter. We don't care about that. Let's do this again without that. That's noise. Why is that start so bad? So what we could do is instead of that, we can just say if current time is less than start time or start delay, continue. Return. That's what really matters. And for fun, let's put that in there. Oops, wrong one. No, not there. Stop and start. This will be good. That'll give us all the data we need. And only one of them has the start delay. So the one that has start delay. All right, so let's go to animation sample. There, it's always false. Always false. All right, let's start up here. Oh no, some of this starts out true. Oh, right. If it's already finished, don't tick it. And actually, we can just do that. I don't like doing it there. If as end is finished, return. They're both ticking each time, regardless. So it's always applying it's always applying that one. But why did that not keep going? All right, let's make sure I did this right. When we create this new one, I might give these IDs just for this debugging purpose. All right, so we have the reversed animation, which has an end color. This is the orange. And the start color is the blue. And then we add this into here, which gives this, which is, just making sure it's still right, start value of orange. Okay, yeah, because this one, that's right then. And then we go to the one that's all 3, because it has the delay of 3, right? Whereas the first one has a delay of 0, it goes 0, 3. False, true, false, true, false, true, false, true. All right, let's put a breakpoint in after 3 seconds. We'll just watch and then be like, what? Now's the time. Get it in there. All right, percent is 0.5%. Current value. That looks right. Oh, I'm so smart. During our cloning process, that would have, had I done that right, it would have masked the first problem because this one would have always fired second and overwritten it. All right, it should work now. Animation sample to blue, back to orange, and then it should stop. Yes! Totally worked! Totally
60%
worked!
of the time, it works every time.
Super exciting. So now we can commit auto reversing. I don't know if I like the name auto reversing. Anyone have any thoughts on a better name? Should we be like replays in reverse or I don't know. I'm gonna leave it. I can't think of anything better. All right, now let's do repeating because that's gonna be awesome. We'll just get stuck in that endless loop. All right, so what we can do so let's just do a public void reset. This will be nice and easy. It will just say current time equals 0 for each, yeah, and then as finished equals false. For each, I'm just going to go with this since my link, I'm going to try it again. I love link. All right, we will do children dot for each. Actually, we should be able to do, there we go. So now what we can do oh no, not auto. Yeah, what do we call it in the extension? Whoa, my IDE is way too big. I just noticed that. Sorry, guys. I made it too big. Couldn't see what's going on. All right, so inside the extension, we call it repeats. Good morning. Perfect timing. It is 9:30 p.m. my time. I'm back at it. I got another half hour or so, at least. I hope. Okay, what I call it? All right, and we call it repeats. The question is, if something repeats, do we fire completed each time? I don't know. Something to think about. All right, so now that we have our resets, what we can do in here, if has finished and repeats, reset. And then in update, we'll just do this here. All right, so now it can repeat if we add it in the extension and actually remember to do it. All right, we'll just throw this in here. All right, repeats equals repeats. So now this one should just go constantly blue or orange, blue, orange, blue in a never-ending loop. I like that auto reversing. That's kind of fun. All right, so let's run that again. Animation sample, this one. So orange, blue. All right, that didn't work right. The resetting the children didn't seem to work. Let's see what was going on there. So if we do this to each of them, it should reset their current time to 0, unless it was already in an update when that happened. All right, let's try that again. That was just weird. Very weird. Perfect until it repeats. And then it's like fighting. All right. How many of these do I have? Oops, sorry. All right. Let's see if we can figure this out. Lots of, all right, so during update, I don't even know why I set that as 0. Dumb code, not needed. I wonder if I need to lock these things. Um, Deal with that fighting. Someone just mentions they missed it. I wish my notifications would actually work into my stupid channel. For some reason, my if this then that's actually are not notifying. I can actually go in and manually tell it to run, which is pointless. That defeats the whole purpose. I might have to delete and start over. Settings, check now. Usually runs within a few seconds. Check completed. May have ran. I don't know. Oh well. Hey, it did. If I manually run my if this then that stuff, it runs. Weird. All right. So what we're doing with this, let's keep going. Let's put a locker in here. During an update, it should be locked. That may cause an issue with the reset. All right, what we will do using new locker, we will do this in here. Then afterwards, we'll say if it's finished, reset. And then the reset will also lock. Wait, did I do that right? Isn't that how you do locks? No, that's not. Lockers. Now, how do I not remember how to do C# locking code? Thought it was something super simple like that. Oh, it's just lock. I don't have to do the new using. It's even simpler. Sometimes I'm smart. Sometimes I'm not. All right, so let's do this lock code here. Hopefully that will fix that. And then this doesn't even need to be there because we're going to do that at the end of this. And good morning. We're only on for another 20 or so minutes. Got other things to do tonight, but I wanted to finish out some animation stuff, and this stuff's been really fun. It's flashing again. Sorry, no, that was just me being stupid. All right, well, what is going on with that then? Also, there's no way to get a hold of this animation, which might be an API flaw. Since it's always repeating and always going, how do you get access to this animation to ever stop it? Something I'm gonna have to deal with for pausing animations. Maybe we'll have a clear or something. Or a way to get animations on a specific object. All right, well, what's going on with that? So it works forward and then it plays backwards. Then that reset, let's look at the reset. Like, I don't know. Is that for each not happening in time? Max in children. See if that fixes it. All right, animation sample gets to blue. It now resets everything back to 0. Why is it not calling us children? Somebody's got to have children. Oh. Okay, this is the problem. This one needs to auto repeats equals this dot or just equals repeats. And then we also need to, that's the problem. We probably need to equals that, and then we can say return. Now what we'll do is we'll turn off repeating on this one, right? That way only the parent deals with the repeating. I might not need that lock, but it's safer. Maybe we'll kill the lock. We'll just see how it works. But this should fix the issue. All right, let's try that again. To orange. It's looping! Maybe we'll set the animations to the view. So we need to be able to get off the animation so that way we can pause it or stop it. So that way you can pulse things during like waiting. But we need access to that. That's exciting. That's working exactly as it should. Let's kill this stuff. Man, animations has been fun. Most of the time I remember my C# syntax, but sometimes I just can't remember things I haven't done in a while. That actually looks right. Now it's not being super noisy. Alright, I also want to make sure I make this disposable. Alright, so I like having a public way of checking. Alright, disposed. In here we'll say our child in child animations, child dot dispose. Do that. Alright, and the action, which is, what's the name of that thing? Value changed equals null. Kill that out so this can be disposed of. Shouldn't have to do any of that. Shouldn't need any of that. Alright. That looks good. Oh, and then also let's just clear the list. Children animations dot clear. Kill it out. Alright, so now that can kill itself off. Let's also go into our animation stuff and make sure this thing does kill itself. Animation manager. It's my first animation framework I've really written. I mean, I've done a little bit of things for doing game stuff, but this is the first time I've like really done one. Super exciting. So then right here, we'll say animation.dispose. Done. I'm kind of happy with how it's worked. We should do some stuff to test the frames. I should be able to do margins and padding or whatever should work fine. Frame just works a little different. Where was that? Let's change it really quick. Animation sample. Let's set it not to repeat, just to make sure the disposing works. And you know, why are we just doing the background? Let's also do dot, I want to try this earlier, color dot blue, and then text dot color, and we'll say color dot orange. No idea why I'm doing orange and blue. Actually not a Gators fan, but hey. All right, so debugger go. All right, let's kill the simulator. Does this once in a while. Killing our precious time. All right, it's up. Let's try this. Should go once, and then it should dispose itself. Oh, come on. Didn't I set it to? Well, that's not good. Auto reverses is true. Let's go to this where it recreates its secondary one. Repeats is set to false. Repeats false. Make sure nothing caused reset. Something is. Was it just, I bet it was running old dead code. I hate when it does that. Clean. All right, let's turn auto repeating back on. That was fun. All right, let's get this going. I'm really liking this auto reverses. I just think about like bouncing something that should come back, not this whole. Yeah, I'm liking that. All right, so okay, and now it's gonna reset. Beautiful. And then at one point it's like invisible, like you can't read because they're switching the same colors, but they eventually should be at 50%, they should be identical colors. And that transition between the two colors. Well, that's exciting. All right. Maybe we'll jump in and I wonder if I should do some of the rectangle stuff yet. All right, I'm trying to think what else we should do with the animation. Right now, any property should be animated. We should be able to even animate font size. Dot, what's that one called? Font size. Oh, let's do this. Font size of 10. I hope this is going to work, guys. Haven't tried this yet. And it should even resize everything. I mean, it's designed to where any of those things are animatable. Let's hope I did it right. No! Come on. Okay, let's see why. Let's animation extension. All right, so we'll go into animated sample. It says font changed. Oh, we didn't teach it how to lerp font size. No, it shouldn't have to. Font size should just be like a double or something. All right, so let's stop this. Let's go look at, let's run it. And then we'll put a breakpoint into platform. Maybe we didn't hook something up for font changing. That'd be odd. All right, we'll get this animated. Font property. Font. Does font not get the... No, that size is definitely 17. It's always stuck on 17. Step, step, step. Why? All right, two UI fonts. Attributes is 17. So we're not setting the font size right. How is that? All right. Only font but not size? Yeah, something's wrong. So the font attributes, me setting that size, something's generating that font attributes and it's not doing it right. So it's something with our text implementation. Font size should do that. Goes to here, and then it does font equals get font. All right, and so now that uses font.size. Then let's go look at what's going on at this animation sample. So we set font size, set environment fonts.size. Very, very interesting. We recognize the change. Let's see what's going on. We'll put a breakpoint in there. View, text, base, base, non-public, local context. All right, sorry, we want to look into the environment data. That has the color in it, and what does this have in it? That has font size is 12. Something's not looking up the font size right. Get environment cascades by default. And when we set font extensions, it defaults. Let's press play so it happens again. This is odd. Environment bug. Cascades equals true. U.get environment. This is going to jump through again. All right. Here's the get value magic thing. All right, so we're going to press play to get to here. The key we're looking for is font size. The current object is this, and the view is also that, right? Yeah, same thing. All right, so now we're going to step through, and we're going to say local context. Okay, we're going to check that, get internal value, which, if I remember right, this one had context. So why context base? Oh, it cascade. Wait, this was put into there, wasn't it? View base dictionary. Why is the font? This was put into local, but that's weird because this set we did right here tells it to cascade. Unless something doesn't pass things along appropriately, set value cascades. That's where we got our monitor changes. If it cascades, context, not local context. We're digging through the bowels, guys. Why did it not? Debugger stuck. All right, well, we're gonna need to remove those because it's gonna go nuts because we don't need those, right, for everything. Just silly. Remove these, we'll come back to them. Animated sample. The value cascades, so it gets the context. And actually, let's context gets. Oh, right. I was looking that backwards. Current. Okay, so it gets the local context. If it does cascade, we probably need to do. I almost think that this needs to happen. Okay, so now it's setting into local context, which is the colors. Background color is the only one that doesn't cascade. So now let's look at our font stuff again. Get environment. Going to eventually drop down to get value here. We're just going to walk through this. Neither of the local contexts have it, which is fine. It cascades. Okay, let's step out. Value's 15 point something. Then what in the world was happening? Default size is 17. It's this casting it to a float null, isn't it? All right, let's look at that. All right, that's all font family stuff. Let's remove this. For now, we're going to put that back right there. All right, so now let's go back to there again. Value is 10. And when we cast it to a float null, it catches. Invalid cast. Swallowing the exception. That is interesting. Uh-oh, it's towards the time where I'm supposed to be done checking in on my wife. Let me see if I can fix this really quick, because that's a big bug. Huge bug. All right, so let's go here. Why did it only do it there? Color 30. So that's the size of 30. Which, come on, why not? All right, well, we will put this thing here. So now we're going to do this outside. So now I can then do yeah, it wasn't in the animation. It was with the data given to the animation. Glad I found this. Double. It thinks it's a double. And then I'm casting it to a float. That would be right. It's with the lerping. The lerping isn't forcing that to be a float, right? What if we go into the animation? What if... Oh, and then when we're setting it later... I don't know, let's just do this really quick. No, that does force it into a float. So it is with our stuff in the lerping. Didn't we do a float one? I bet that's it. Well, it doesn't matter when we're setting it. It does it, the conversion, but it's during our lerping. Our lerping's returning a double. That was it. That is so awesome. That is cool. All right, we probably want to make sure we cast all these. Let's be honest. Let's stop this. That's really awesome. Another reason that these would have been nice to type. Let's be honest, that would have been clean. All right, that one's auto good. And then that auto does because it's lerp. Okay, that was a tricky one. I was like, how have I never noticed this bug in that framework that entire time? Because it doesn't exist yet. That's just fun to see. I like watching the layout redo everything. So smooth. The beautiful thing about this is that's all cross-platform animation code, 100%. And there's nothing I had to do specifically for the fonts aside from fixing the bug in the lerping. But I didn't have to do anything fancy to make fonts work. I just changed the font size. Now, there's things like bold. It doesn't know how to translate those because no one wrote a lerper for that, and I don't know even how you would lerp to bold to not bold. I'd probably do like the same thing we did with Boolean where you're switching between enums. So I might make a generic enum one. So that way at the halfway point it would just switch, but it won't be smooth like that. All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out tonight. That was fun. I wish I had more time. I'm going to keep working on the animation stuff tomorrow. Let me get this committed in. Fix lerpers. Wouldn't you call those lerpers? There's one commit. Lerpy. What's the plural of lerper? Lerping. Lerpers. All right, so that's fixed. We don't need anything with this. That was just all me stuck in my own thing. All right, animations now reverse, auto reverse, and repeat. That's really awesome. All right, thanks guys. Is anyone else live streaming? I should see who else is live streaming. Maybe someone else is. We can go raid them. Bookmarks. Which bookmark am I looking for? One of my bookmarks over here. Let's see who else is on. Maybe someone's doing something fun and exciting. Currently coding. I don't know them. Bug Hunter Sam working on wearables. That's kind of cool, but that looks like a talk setting. Let's jump over there. That looks really interesting. All right, so we are going to go check out Bug Hunter Sam. I'm going to end my stream. Thanks, guys. Let's jump over and check what they're doing, though.